I just want to thank you guys for checking out our listing here on Bring It Trailer of this beautiful 2023 911 Dakar. If this is your first time seeing me, my name is Mason Gilchrist and I have a YouTube channel called Pcarwhisperer where I cover everything Porsche. And today we're going to be highlighting some of the things that you can expect from this 911 Dakar, maybe some blemishes or any imperfections that you may see, so all of you bidders out there are 100% aware of what you're going to be getting when you're going to be bidding on this 911 Dakar. But first, where did the 911 Dakar come from? Well, in 1984, Porsche won the Paris Dakar Rally, and it was a 911 that was lifted up for off-road purposes, so Porsche decided to bring it back here and launch it in 2022 as a 2023 model year. This car is based off of a 911 Carrera 4 GTS platform. Of course, car does weigh a little bit more, only about 22 pounds, which is pretty impressive that Porsche was able to do that with all of these roof racks and everything that we have on the car. Now, the suspension is going to be raised up quite a bit. It's raised up about 50 millimeters from the standard 911 with sport suspension, and it can go up an additional 30 because of course this car is meant for off-roading. You can take it in the sand, take it in the dirt. There's some pretty cool videos out there that Porsche has done with taking this car off-roading because it's been a while since we've made any type of off-roading vehicle. Last that I can remember was the Cayenne Trans-Siberia, which was a pretty cool car. Now this has specially designed tires that were made by Pirelli just for this 911 Dakar, and this car is one of only 2,500. We'll be showing you what number this here is as soon as we dive deep into inside of the car. So you're going to notice that this car shows rough roads on the outside. Originally it said Rothmans back in the 1980s, but now we can't be showing any type of cigarette companies on cars because, you know, obviously the laws have changed. So this is a special livery that Porsche did just for this car. It's going to be on white with a gentian blue, and then we're going to have these really nice red and gold stripes, which is very reminiscent of that race car from 1984. As we come to the back, of course, you've got these white wheels, which are beautiful, with those specially designed all-terrain Pirelli tires, which I think is really cool that Porsche did a one-off tire for this car. Now, as we come to the back, I'm not really seeing any type of blemishes, so to speak. Of course, we have a tow bar here in the back, which is really cool. It's going to be in red. We've got this really cool rear diffuser that Porsche also put on this car, which I really, really like. As we're coming over here to this side of the vehicle, there's a small little blemish here on the right rear wheel. You'll notice that here. We've also got another little one here. Now, while we're down here, you'll notice these really fancy lug nuts. These are titanium lug nuts just to save weight, which is, again, very Porsche-esque. Want to save all the weight. As we come here, this all looks pretty good. You'll notice this car has the number 911. This can be removed as it's just a sticker. When the cars were optioned, you could option anywhere from 0 all the way to 999. So of course, if you decided that you wanted to change that number, you're more than welcome to. Going back to the rough roads, I saw in a magazine recently somebody actually changed it from rough roads and brought back the Rothmans, which I think is pretty slick. Of course, that's deep into Porsche's history. Now you'll notice that this car has the roof light, so I'll show you how bright this light is. We've got a gas tank and a water tank. Here in the United States, we cannot actually put gas on the roof of the car, so you're going to notice there's actually 2 water tanks that are going to be on here. There's a shovel, so of course if you get yourself into trouble, you can always dig yourself out. There's a really cool bag. And then we've got these, which you'll typically see on off-road vehicles. If you get in a tough spot, you can put it under the wheel to help you gain traction to get out of that tough spot. Of course, we've got exclusive design fuel cap there that you'll notice. Now coming here to the front of the vehicle, I'm going to notice a little chips here in the front, very small right in here. You'll see some very light ones in here on the gentian blue, and then there's just a couple very small ones in the paint as we go to the white. And to me, probably the most noticeable one on the car is this. Most likely that could be touched up, but you'll notice one right there. You'll notice it has the red tow hook in the front with a really cool front spoiler or front splitter. We've got the LED matrix headlights. Now this hood, for those of you who are Porsche files, you're going to notice this comes from a 992 GT3. Let me go ahead and pop the hood so you can check it out. going to all be what Porsche calls CFRP, or carbon reinforced plastic. Let me get in here. Why am I struggling? There we go. So this is pretty cool. All got that carbon fiber weave, which is great. Car is going to come supplied with a lot of things that came with the Dakar. We've got some gloves. This is a little bag. This, I don't remember exactly what this is, to be honest with you. We've got a car cover, and then just a bunch of straps, as well as the kit to be able to take off the roof racks if you don't want that on the top of the car, which I think kind of goes very well with the car. Now let me show you how bright this light is here in the front. Very cool. Of course, it's illegal to be driving it with the light on when you're on main roads. How bright that guy is. That is incredibly bright. All these LEDs in there, of course, if you're in off-road situations, will help you get out of that and make sure you can see exactly where you're going. Now, as we come here to the inside, you're going to notice a lot of specialty things just from the 911 Dakar. We've got these Rough Roads undergone puddle light projectors, specifically for the 911 Dakar. Then we have the Burmester sound system, which you'll see that. That's, of course, the best sound system that Porsche makes for an incredible sound, especially on the inside of the car. I talked about what numbers this car going to be. It is 1477 of 2500. So, of course, this is a limited production car. That's always a great thing from Porsche. We like to see limited cars, and the values tend to do pretty well. So, you also notice we've got a carbon fiber bucket seats, which, of course, is derived from our race cars. It's going to say 911 Dakar. All this is going to be in race text and going to be very nicely stitched. Something else that Porsche tends to do on its race cars is going to be the race text dash, which you're going to see here. You'll notice that in a GT4 RS, GT3 RS. So all very, very cool items. Got the very racy steering wheel as well. And when we turn this on, we've got what's called PCM 6.0, which is Porsche's latest and greatest PCM. You're going to notice a lift. Typically, this would be where the front axle lift system is on other cars. This one, it's going to lift the car all the way up, which kind of reminds me of the 959. As you know, that car was a sports car. It raised all the way up as well. Of course, that's a little bit different than this car, but this is a newer style of that. We've got our sport exhaust, hazards, of course, traction, and then PDCC, which stands for Porsche Dynamic Chassis Control. That helps with the lateral sway of the car, especially when you're pushing it to the limits going around the corners. So I don't notice any type of extra wear here on the inside. Again, this car has only 3,887 miles, so very, very low miles. It's a one-owner vehicle, so if you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments. Also want to check out my YouTube channel. It's going to be Pcarwhisperer. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for checking out this Bring a Trailer listing hosted by Porsche Irvine.